Where are the kiddos? Maybe they're down at the pond. See them? Oh, chickens. Our child sounds like a chicken right now. Hey, come here. Were you riding earlier yet, or was that your first rip around the field?
I was riding earlier.
Okay. You gotta show me where these bucks hang out, okay?
Okay.
Where's your brother?
Sleeping.
Sleeping? Is he napping? Wait, which one?
Brooks and Judah and Eli.
All of them are. Alright, I got a couple questions, alright?
Okay. Brooks, we were playing, and the other night we were playing, karate or something, and...
So it looks like Brooks won.
Yeah. He's a good tackler.
He's a good tackler.
Yep.
So your house. This is the end of the field.
Yeah.
This is the horse pasture. This is Neckel's corn.
Yeah.
And this is all your field, okay?
Okay.
Point to me where you see the big bucks when you're riding.
So when so this is why I ride when it's cut.
Mm-hmm.
So
You know the tree stand back there?
yeah.
That's like right here.
So yeah, that's where the big bucks are, where your tree stand is. So me and my dad come up over here. We see this huge buck right
In that right in the corn where that
yeah.
hole is in the
Yeah, we see like
hedgerow.
like probably 2 8-points and a 6-point, and then when
Where do they run when you chase it? When they run away?
They run over that way.
So they run this way.
Yeah, so that's where
Okay.
we want to build a tree stand, but I don't know if we have enough time because we're afraid we're going to scare deer away, and the Neckles, and we're going to have problems because the Neckles are going to harvest their corn soon.
How do you know? When are they harvesting the corn?
I don't know. Well, because it gets like brown or something.
So they run this way. When you kick the deer out, they run this way.
This way.
Now, at night you've been seeing them feeding out in the horse pasture, right?
Yeah, right here. So we saw them right here.
Mm-hmm. Because there's
Right
a fence
there.
right here.
Yeah.
This is a fence too.
Yeah, we saw them right there, and there. So right here we saw them, and
You saw the deer, okay. And then, so if you were to take a guess, do you think they're bedding in the corn, or do you think they're bedding in this hedgerow here, or this hedgerow here?
Is this the Nichols corn?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they.
What do you think they bed in those trees?
Yeah, they bed like right over here.
Okay. So what we're gonna do today is we're gonna look down in here and we're gonna look up in here and see if we can find any beds, if they're bedding up there. Or they might be bedding down here and they come up at night, and then we have to figure out how we're gonna shoot these suckers.
So the bucks, they don't eat the corn at all. They just eat the grass because, you know, the big bucks are really lazy. They just follow the doe around.
You don't think they're eating the corn?
The does are.
That's what you're mowing, huh?
The does are.
You're mowing, huh?
The does are smart, and so all the does do is like eat the corn, and the bucks, they have buck fights, like the 6-pointer and 8-pointers.
They fight over the does?
Yep.
Already.
There's some big does out there.
Cool. Are we gonna wait for Brooks, or?
I could wake him up.
All right, we'll ask your mom.
Mom, should I wake Brooks up?
Takes a picture of everyone's farm.
Really? Our farm doesn't look good. How's Charlie doing?
She's doing pretty good.
I heard yesterday or the other day she was doing better than the other day.
Yeah, She does some days okay.
Bro was praying for her last night.
Ryder was?
Yeah.
Thanks, Ryder.
And Dad was praying for her.
Thank you, guys. It's really nice.
I always pray for Eli.
You pray for Eli?
Yeah.
He needs prayer.
That's
We
like
pray-
the only
we
baby
pray
I
both.
can think of right
We
now.
pray for Charlie and Eli to help them not cry anymore.
We usually pray for Charlie, not much Eli, 'cause Eli's doing good.
That's good. Yeah, I think.
Eli's getting big.
I know, he's huge.
Yeah, he's a chubber.
Yes, he is. All right, old sons. Let's go strategize. So you take this. It's just stuff that grows, right? You pick it, and you take it, and you see which way the wind's blowing. See it? See it go?
Yeah.
So then you can see exactly where that wind's blowing. So here's the thing, guys. When a big buck is bedded somewhere, it beds with the wind at its back. Okay, so what that means is if the wind is blowing this way, its nose is facing that way, and then the wind is coming in at its back, because they can smell anything that's coming in behind them, and then they can look with their eyes to anything that's coming in front of them. So if the wind is blowing this way today, there's most likely the deer are probably facing that way, but they can smell us right away because they have such good noses, remember? So.
They do have really good noses.
One time I got sneak up on the doe so close.
Nice.
And Brooks almost got a touch of doe actually. I almost got a touch of doe too.
I got snuck up on a mommy and a baby right over there.
I stepped up on one doe right here, so he's that ham size one.
I thought this was corn here. So the corn's
Over there.
so that's where they eat down there.
And then
Can't-
right up here, right there, is where we saw the big bucks.
Up here in this field,
Yeah,
eating the
right.
grass.
Yeah.
Over here.
And then the doe was walking just down there because it saw
Yeah,
us.
the doe go all the way over there, but the corn.
Got it. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna look in that island of woods to see if there's any beds, and then we'll come back up and around here and walk all the way up this hedgerow and see if we can find any beds and any good spots to put deer stand. Okay.
Do you always talk on that, Uncle Troy?
See that they come out of here.
Huh? No, they go in there too.
Yeah, they probably sneak right up through there.
Here's a really good place to hide ambushes, love it.
Yeah. And it's a really good place to hunt for.
This is a bed.
What's that poop?
Probably fox or raccoon.
He was the one I think we saw. That's the one you gotta shoot, Uncle Troy.
What'd you guys think of that?
Yeah.
Guys, we were 20 feet away from that big buck.
You could have.
Hold on, is that the big one?
Yeah, I think so. Might be even his little brother. You know,
Was that one as big as the biggest one you saw?
Uncle Troy, you should have brought your gun.
No, we can't hunt right now, bros.
Yeah. Oh, if we saw a fox, we could. That was a big guy. That was huge. You're going to. You should take a picture of it.
I don't think so. My camera wasn't adjusted right. I know.
Uncle Troy, you gotta come here one day.
I was trying.
Deer season.
I wanted. We found the buck beds, baby. We found them. Ooh. Yes, right, old son.
Come on, let's hop over.
And it's literally right behind your dad's ladder tree stand here. Or wherever it is, right there.
You know what? It's literally like right on me and Rar's trail. Wow,
So
we have a trail going back there.
Do you think that, I don't know if that was bigger than your dad's big bucks?
It was a nice one.
Now,
It was like one that you could see on a magazine.
You told me that there was a one with a whole lot of points. Do you think that was that one? That one had a lot of points, I think. Probably a 10-pointer, maybe.
That I'd probably count as a 12.
You saw a 12-pointer?
I'm not sure, but I can't count 0 points at that.
Okay. It's a good sized track.
Whoa, no, look at that track. That's a big one. That's probably from him. Look at this.
You know what's funny, Ryder? You rode your dirt bike right past him today. He didn't even care. We're gonna do this one time and that's it. You guys can't keep on coming back here because then he'll never come back. So what happens is that buck knew that his bed worked because he was able to get out of here before we were able to get to him. So he'll come back to that bed again. But if we come back here a lot, he'll just say, heck with that, I ain't ever coming back here. You can ride past him like you've been doing in the field, but I don't want you disturbing him. Like, for example, I would rather you just drive right past him instead of like stopping and looking for him, because then you'll keep on scaring him and then he won't come back.
Yeah, like,
but if he
like just pretend he's not even there.
Exactly, because then he thinks that his bed is working well, because they're smart. They're gonna bed in an area where they know will work out for him. All right, let's go check this bed out real quick. You guys can follow me.
You see me here?
Was he?
I can tell. It was on a leaf. There was bugs.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh, come on. I found it. Look, this looks like it's nice.
That deer jumped right over this fence. I don't know where he was bedded though. Was he bedded on that side? I'm sure he was bedded on this side.
Yeah.
I mean, he might have just been bedded plumb right in here, but.
Look, this looks like a bed. Hey, look. That's deer trail.
Yeah.
That looks like they bedded right there. This looks like we've been out in that field. Could have got stuck in that guy's testicle.
And they're mowing down this corn. Looks like a bed, kind of. But he wasn't this far down because he jumped. Remember, he jumped over that fence?
Yeah,
Yeah, but you never seen him over here.
Really? Maybe at night they come here.
yeah. Like when we were fox hunting one night, there was two mommies and like 2 babies back there waiting to get to the point where we were fox hunting.
He was a good deer.
Maybe he was bedding right here. Let's go first.
This one's still soft.
What?
That one's still soft. He might have been bedding right there. Do you see any hair? Well, I think this is the highway that leads out to the opening.
Maybe he was bedding up right here. Or up there.
He might have been bedded down here and then just went up there to exit because he knew we were coming this way. But Actually, I think here's where he is bedded. See how that stuff, see how that's all pressed down in there? See how it's all pressed down?
Look for hair.
Hold on, that's fine. You don't have to go any closer.
Yeah,
So he probably had his back to that fence.
dude, look at the size of the fence.
And then I think he stood up and jumped over the fence right there where it's bent down a little bit. That was pretty awesome. He was still in velvet. I wish I would have got him on camera, but he was, how big was he, guys? Hold up your hands. Show me how big you think he was.
The rack was like
You think he was that big? I don't know if it was that big.
His rack was like this big.
Probably closer to Brooks's hands, yeah. Yeah, he was a nice one for sure.
Yeah.
He looked like one you could see on a magazine.
Tell me about it, bro.
No, he calls it a deer bed.
Well, we know he's down in there. At least when the wind is blowing this way, he feels safe bedding down in there. And I believe, Ryder, you saw him out in this hayfield before, right? So maybe he comes out, and they come out to your horse pasture before night too.
So he came up here when they were there.
This is a scrape, guys.
Oh, I
So
know.
what they do is they put their antlers and head on this branch right here, and they leave their scent up there, and they tear up this ground. So come like October or November, this will be all scratched open and really wide. You know, it's a funny thing you can do with deer scrapes? You can scrape them up more, and you can even pee in them. And what happens is the deer, they don't know what's your pee and their pee, so they think another buck was in here putting some scent down and stuff like that. So it actually, sometimes it'll make them scrape it up more. Does anyone have to take a pee? No, we're not putting it up. We don't want nothing like that on camera. You already peed too.
They literally came out right there.
Did you guys see, hold on, did you guys see him come out?
No, like when I turned to look, I was like, whoa. And when you were about to pee, I was like, that was a good one. But those were little bucks.
They were little, but guess what? They were bedded down in there where we were gonna check out, but we forgot to. So know what we should do? We probably should go down in there and check that out real quick, because they already spooked them. So we'll check that out quick, and then we'll check out this hedgerow. Okay?
Did you see their scrape? It's Ryder's turn.
That's a buck bed right there, guys. You can see the hair in it. Good job. Good find.
You probably got the medium-sized bucks, baby.
Could Troy be the
Yeah. I think that's another bed. Yeah, that's their.
They go up here.
That's their escape route. Yeah.
No, listen. I think that is one of their dug-up areas. Hey, that's one of their things to get up. That's cool. That looks like a bed.
Now what you have to think about is when they're bedded here, can they see you get into the tree stand? If they can see you, then they're gonna run. But if they can't see you, then you might have a chance at them.
Oh boy. Here's
Yeah,
a
that's
bed.
another bed. Good job. Yep.
I saw it.
I don't see a lot of hair in there, but that's definitely a bed.
You didn't even notice. Here's another bed, I think.
Yeah, this is just a big bedding area.
Chocolate shell. Hey, Uncle Phil. Poop.
Nice.
Nice poop. Look at me. Uncle Troy. I'm right here. Hey, I could try. What do you mean?
Guys, so what do we see? We went down here. This is really glary. That's a little bit better. We went down this field, parked the golf cart, and then remember this patch of woods we looked through? And where do we see that deer?
Wait,
Right
is that the golf
there.
cart right there?
Nope. So we parked the golf cart, walked down here, crossed through this hedgerow. Remember that little opening?
And then I think right
And
there.
then that big buck was right there. This is all corn now. This is not a current picture. And we bumped that big buck. We got about 20 feet away from it, and it jumped over the fence and ran across the field this way. And then when we were scuffing up a scrape right here, we were gonna walk down in here, and 2 bucks came running out of here. So then we walked down in here and found some more buck beds.
Are you doing a
Or
video?
some deer beds. Yep. And then we walked all the way down here, but we came to the conclusion that half of this field is alfalfa, and they're coming out of this corn, eating the alfalfa back in here, and then they're coming into this horse pasture and eating in here. So I think the best stand is actually right where our tree stand is already, and if we go in on the right wind, then we might be able to get a shot on that buck. Right now the wind was blowing this way, and that buck was right there, and the wind was actually blowing there, and we actually were able to get up close to him, even though the wind was going that way, I think, because he didn't think we were a threat because we drove the golf
So
cart up.
that's our farm right there.
Yep.
Cool.
So what do you think?
That's where our plane took our picture.
Did you guys have fun?
Yeah.
That's what we call buck scouting.
I see a sheep out here.
So guess what?
Sweatshirt.
The season opens up 2 weeks from today. A little less than 2 weeks. You think Uncle Troy will get that big deer?
Yeah.
I hope so. If not, then maybe one of you, maybe Ryder will get it. And if not, then maybe your dad will get it. Your dad will probably get it at some point.
Maybe Aunt Sarah will get it.
Or maybe Aunt Sarah Lynn. All right, guys, I had a lot of fun today. Thanks for coming along with me and letting me tour your farm and looking for big bucks. You let me know if you see any more, okay?
Okay.
All right, closing out.
That's going to be a short video.